So I would talk about the Andrade situation in this video, but Joel and I are going to be talking about that on our podcast next week, so stay tuned for that. But what I do want to talk about is other piece of news that I saw on social media today, which involves SmackDown calling up a couple of people from NXT. I don't know who and for what situation or when. They said it's going to happen soon at some point. But what I would do if I were WWE is only call up a couple of women in NXT to SmackDown specifically. We all know that SmackDown, the women's division, isn't the best at the moment. We know that Tiffany Stratton defends her belts against either Jade or Nia Jax. And their United States, their mid-card division also isn't the best. I feel like they always mix it out on the same people. At least with Raw, besides the IC title and Stephanie McCour's World Championship, they still do other stories revolving the women. Their division is stacked to where they could do that, to where they could have many other feuds that don't revolve around the titles. So I do think they need a lot of help with that, especially since NXT's women's division is probably the best division in WWE for the women. So I do think if they call up a couple of their women on their roster, from the NXT roster to the SmackDown roster, I think that'd be beneficial for both parties. Especially for SmackDown, obviously, but for NXT as well, because I've seen, especially from Evolve and their show this past week, they have a lot of talented women for Evolve. So if NXT needs more women, they can depend on Evolve and call up some of their stars over there. But I do think that NXT does have a lot of women to give to SmackDown, and they'll still have the best women's division on the roster. That's how stacked the NXT women's division is. And I do think if WWE does plan on doing the call-ups, it should be a couple of women who I would call up. You could really vary. But if it were up to me, I would probably call up like Jordan Grace, Lash Legend, Lola Vice. Just three right off the bat that I would call up that don't need to stay there much longer. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Who do you think should be called up? Do you think it should be a mixture of people, just the women? Let me know who you would call up if you were in charge of WWE.